Good morning. My name's David Kreitz, and this is my wife Sue. Together we're missionaries in James Project of Latin America, Shadow of His Wings Children's Home. I am, well, first we'll say Sue has been the sponsorship coordinator here. She takes care of connecting children with sponsors in the U.S. and Canada and all over the world, really. I have been in agriculture, aquaponics, sustainability, and technology. And we're going to be showing you a few things about the project here.
We have 15 acres here in which to house all the people and for some room for agriculture and sustainability. James Project in Spanish is Proyecto Santiago, and that's how we're known locally. We have 7 houses here. Each house has about 12 kids with 2 Guatemalan Christian parents. So that leaves us with about 120 mouths to feed every day. This is our aquaponics facility. It's kind of the center of our agriculture and sustainability program here. We use the effluent from fish in this tank. We have about 150 fish in here. And we use that to grow various vegetables in our growing tanks. But we're going to come up here in a minute. We grow mostly Swiss chard and lettuce in these tanks. And we have expanded our vegetable production to outside of this facility. We were unable to produce enough vegetables in this facility to meet our needs, and quite frankly, aquaponics is pretty energy consuming, and the costs here are quite high. This is Febe. She's a child of one of the house parents and also an agriculture student. She's now responsible for aquaponics and much of the vegetable production on the project. She's doing a wonderful job with aquaponics and also making sure that the kitchen is supplied with some fresh vegetables every day. This is an area outside of the aquaponics facility where we have some mango and moringa. We use moringa in our kitchen here. This area was just weeds and grass when we arrived, and we started building the soil using banana stalks and chicken manure and green manure cover crop of jack beans. One of the banana stalks decided it wasn't done yet, so a volunteer plant came from it, and this is that plant. It has turned out to be the best producing banana plant on the project. You can see the racimos here, the bunches of bananas. It just grows wonderfully. I'm using the genetics of this plant by harvesting pups from it and planting those pups in other areas around the project. Here are some other banana plants that I had harvested from around the project, trying to have more plants. But as you can tell, they're good-looking plants, but the bananas just aren't as good a quality as the one from the volunteer plant. We have several mission teams that come here and spend a week helping the kids and doing various projects. This is a project that one of the teams did. You can ask Mike why missionaries need to be versed in the customs and practices in the area where they're going to be going. These bananas were planted too close, and as you can see, the results is very limited production. This is the quality we're looking for, and I have removed many of the plants and replanting the better genetics in the proper spacing. Thanks to our deep well, we're able to irrigate, and we're also using high phosphorus fertilizer to maximize production. We also have a tropical fruit orchard in this area where we have mango, guayabana, ocote, orange, limes, guayaba, andona, cinnamon, and coconut. I'm sure many of those names you never heard of. I know I hadn't until I came to Central America. The topsoil is very thin in this area, only about a foot or less of topsoil. From there down is a deep layer of volcanic ash, almost like sandstone. This makes it very difficult for growing, especially trees that need a deep root system. There are two extinct volcanoes in this area. First was Taiwan, and coming up is Suchitan. You can see how close they are, and that's the reason for this ash layer. This is some of our vegetable production. Here we're growing sweet potato, celery, cabbage, and they don't like it very much here, but there is a plant of kale. Here's a high tunnel with black beauty eggplant. Many of the crops here, especially tomatoes and peppers, and in this case eggplant, have to be grown in a high tunnel for protection from direct sun and a lot of insect pressure. This is another high tunnel where we produce our sweet peppers and sometimes tomatoes. The people here really like sweet corn, and we produce 2 or 3 crops a year in this area. You can see we have some good varieties here with nice big ears. We also grow corn for tortillas, mostly during the rainy season though, because it takes so much water. This is where we normally grow our corn for tortillas and also black beans. Like I say, this is the dry season, so we're not growing anything right now. We do have an irrigation system here though. This is our avocado orchard that's coming along very nicely. One of our parents here, Papa Hugo, is very, very well versed in agriculture, and he also works with our local university to improve the orchard here and many other aspects of the area. Here is one practice that I first learned in Echo down in Florida. This is called air layering. I was quite surprised to see I'm using this practice here. Pineapple is a staple in Latin America, and we have our own little patch of pineapple here. These were first planted 3 years ago, and they started producing last year. You can see some pretty nice looking fruits here, and this will be our second harvest. And we're planting a second field here for our future, maybe 2 years from now. We're also growing a bit of coffee on the project. We're only at 3,000 feet, so I don't know what the quality is going to be, but they do grow a lot of coffee in this area. There's even a special fertilizer just for coffee. Eggs are a good source of protein, and we've got 150 chickens here producing about 120 eggs a day that the kids eat a lot of. We also use the chicken manure to enhance the soil in the area. We also got a herd of goats here. We use the milk, pour milk, and also make some cheese with it. Also a couple of young calves here that one of the house parents' sons is using. They're going to produce some meat. We have 2 solar systems here, one for the well pump and one for the kitchen and aquaponics. COVID has actually been kind of good for us here at James Project. The children weren't, they were getting kind of bored because they couldn't go to school and they were just sitting around. And we decided to develop a program whereby the older kids could develop life skills by applying for certain jobs around the project. And we give them a stipend for what they're doing. They open bank accounts, and they're just learning life skills. And we think it's been wonderful for them. It's been wonderful for the project. We were able to grow better and more vegetables, and we're just real proud of our kids and what they're doing. We hope you've enjoyed this little glimpse of James Project of Latin America.